Have you been the target of nasty and hateful comments online? Or maybe that's the very reason you have not started making content to avoid online trolls and haters? We understand we've been at the receiving end of caca comments attacking our character and our work here on YouTube, on our podcast, and other places too. So in this video, we decided to share with you some of the worst comments we've had here on our channel and react to them as well. And give you some pointers and our best advice on how to prepare and deal with online trolls. This is an episode of our podcast, Content Jefe. I hope you enjoy it. You can subscribe to the podcast right here or go to the link in the description. Also, share this video with a creator that this message may resonate with. Enjoy. She's suggesting bad things. Can you find a decent American woman? In this video seems too forced. I hate robotic. Your slow talk. I hate your cartoon. I kind of hate your accent. Hot Sounds Cool presents Content Jefe, the podcast that helps online business owners make better content and more money. Let's Jefe up. Hello and welcome to the Content Jefe Podcast. I'm Veronica.
And I'm Studio Steve.
And this is the Content Jefe Podcast, better content and more money.
Yes.
In this episode, we're going to be talking the dark side of content creation, navigating the negativity.
Yes, don't feed the trolls.
Don't feed the trolls. And maybe you are going through this right now if you're a content creator or an online business owner putting content out there. Maybe you've gotten some nasty comments, and this can be like very discouraging.
This
if
may
you're a
even
solopreneur.
Yeah, and this could even be a reason why you don't want to even get into content creation because you're so afraid of being attacked.
So if you are a solopreneur doing it all, but you are the one who makes the content, you're the one who posts the content, you're the one who replies to the comments, then you are more vulnerable to these things. And this episode is for you. We don't want you to be deeply affected by these behaviors online. Mm-hmm. And we want you to keep growing and keep putting your content. And we're going to give you tips and things that you can do so you don't take these comments too hard. So here is the plan. We are going to show ourselves vulnerable for the first time. We're going to be sharing with you comments that people have left on our videos. I didn't check our podcast, but I'm sure there are some nasty comments.
Oh, there's
there too.
Yeah.
But we're going to be sharing those. We're going to be showing you those, and we're going to be reacting to them. And just having a good time because, you have to laugh sometimes.
Yeah.
What these people say. Step 2, we're going to share interesting facts about online harassment. Is a deal thing, is a problem. Point number 3 or step number 3 in this roadmap is the things that you can do to have, if you do have trolls in your audience.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. So
before we do this, if you could leave in the comments, who do you think gets more harassment? Me or Veronica?
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind that I am, a piece of work, and I'm not the easiest person in the world to work with. So
you'll be surprised.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move forward.
So this first comment was in one of the videos that went viral for our channel. It has almost 1 million views.
Yes.
I think. And it's podcasting on your phone using Anchor or now Spotify. For podcasters or podcasting. And then, so this is what this person says. I don't know if we're
You can say their name. We're sharing their names. Yeah.
Urban Bohemian.
Urban Bohemian says,
what are you doing? She's suggesting bad things. Can you find a decent American woman to share this show with? What's wrong with creepy people like her?
Ooh.
I'm creepy.
Yeah. Now, he didn't mean to put the care in there. He must have said, what are you doing instead of care?
Oh, okay.
But just so you know, Bohemian, there's 3 dots you can click on to edit your insult. I feel like if you're going to insult somebody, you should at least reread it and edit it, right?
Yes.
Work on it a little bit.
I am going to read more comments that people had left here on this video. And there seems to be an issue with me interrupting Steven a lot during this video, and because there's a lot of people complaining about it.
Yes, definitely.
In my defense, I was just thrown in front of the camera. I didn't have a lot of planned.
Very early days.
It was just like me going through the app. So I wanted to add my 5 cents. Is that what you say?
5 cents.
My
2 cents.
My 2 cents. My pesos of my knowledge so I could help people with how to make a good show.
Yes.
But people did not like, especially men.
They're like, hey, don't interrupt the white man.
Don't interrupt the man. So here comes another one. This is from Fully. The chick in this video seems too forced, almost robotic, and copy pasted. Need more personality for me to connect.
Oh, okay. You know what? That one's not too bad. That could even be constructive criticism. This chick.
This chick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, the chick.
The chick.
The chick in this video.
The chick in this video.
So Fully making these videos it's not an easy thing to do. And this was one of my first videos. And if you go back, you can see how much more loose.
How much progress that she's made.
I have made. I appreciate.
With the teleprompter. It's very difficult to read a teleprompter. It takes a lot of practice to read a teleprompter.
I'm sorry I didn't connect with you. Because that was the whole point of the video.
I imagine you don't make any content yourself, Fully.
No, and that's the thing. Like you go and you look into these people's channels and they don't have anything.
No. Well, and it's like, it's kind of known that underperformers are the ones that are going to leave these comments anyways. Mm-hmm. But we've gotten so many of these that they don't even sting anymore.
No.
And I do want to say that some of the worst ones that we've had, we actually deleted from our channel. Mm-hmm. And that isn't necessarily the best advice anymore that I would give for you. If you get a nasty comment, you can delete it from your channel. We chose to do that a bunch of times. But in hindsight, I would have left them there because what I've learned is that your people will actually defend you. And then what winds up happening is you get a good sort of conversation going on in the chat of your YouTube video, which creates more plays, more good algorithmic sort of activity for YouTube. Yeah. YouTube doesn't really discriminate between negative and positive comments. The negative comments as far as YouTube is concerned, is somebody engaging with your video. So that's a good thing for your video. So not that I'm encouraging you to encourage your audience to leave you negative comments, but.
This is another one. Speed up this video unless you want to feel nauseous. This is for one of my videos.
Ooh.
And I was feeling nauseous too.
I actually was too. And I never realized how slow we used to speak. And she set that teleprompter in,
There's one. Dude, you dumb. Cannot even explain what RSS feed is. You could have explained it easily, but you suck. I suck.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
you suck ass too. Go to a different channel, dick. Okay.
Get married. Can we say the F word?
You can say it, and then maybe we can bleep out the F word.
Get married. So people want to know if we are an item and we're together.
And that's none of your goddamn. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't bleep. Never mind. Yeah, that's none of your business.
Another one. And then you get people like commenting on the technical and commenting on the format of your videos that they're experts.
Yes.
1 minute, 20 seconds, and a 6-minute video just for introduction. What guys? Get your video production together. Well, maybe you want to come work for us.
Maybe you can help us out. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can figure out everything you need to include in an intro and keep it under a minute. It's pretty hard.
So this is just like for me, all of them, basically. I hate your slow talk. I hate your cartoon. I kind of hate your accent.
I kind of hate your accent.
I can't even figure it out what accent it is. LOL.
What's interesting about this is that's actually has been an insecurity for you getting into all of this.
Yes.
You were worried about your accent. And then here there are people attacking the thing you were worried about.
Yes.
That's great. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Good info. She interrupts so much. So that's one of the same video that I told you about.
Don't interrupt the white man.
Dude got cocaine.
Okay, this one's good. Can I read this one? Let's see. I love this one. I love this guy. So what happened was occasionally the ones against me, I never really cared too much about them, and we usually just say thanks. And now that we have ChatGPT, I think you can use ChatGPT, give it the comment and say, can you respond to this in a funny way? And it'll come up with cool comments for you that way. When people attack Veronica is when I usually get enraged. And I'm just, if they catch me in the right moment, and I'll respond. So this guy says, dude got cocaine nose and she can't pronounce words for shit, LOL. And I said, LOL, aw shucks, Willie. Oh, his name's Willie Silly Guitars. And I said, LOL, aw this was my response to him. LOL, ah shucks, Willie. I may have some red ass nostrils, but at least she's got better grammar than yo ass. And he responded back, okay, cocaine boy.
Is anyone else noticing how she keeps cutting that guy off? So you're the guy. Once again.
Don't interrupt the white man.
Yeah, go watch the video and see. I didn't think that I was interrupting you too much. I'm a Latina.
Uh-huh. That's what they do.
That's what we do.
Also, like she said, they didn't get to see it. They're like, he seems really nice.
This one is not a main one, but I have to go see who Amy Santiago was because somebody said
multiple times
that I look like Amy Santiago.
Here's a picture of Amy Santiago. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't see it.
Does all this just to get laid? Imagine listening to our tango podcast. Men's gotta eat.
Ooh, I like it. Not far from the truth.
Oh, and this one. Why do you use the image of a man?
Can you put that down just a little bit so we can see your face?
Oh, but the font is really chiquito, so I can't.
Let me read
really
it
small.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Why do you use the image of a man for the picture of no strategy? I'm not saying you should use the woman, but again, it paints a negative image that all men are stupid, which is not the case. Change this marketing strategy immediately. Poor men.
So
poor white men.
This was a GIF, and it was me, and would say strategy because I am the marketing director and content strategy. So strategy and a picture of Studio Steve
on the thumbnail, no strategy.
So he got insulted.
So I'm the guy with no strategy. How come the man has to be the one with no strategy?
And then once again, she cut him off like 7 or 8 times. Hilarious. And then Polly and is this a man or a woman? Who knows? I know. I noticed that also. He seems like a sweet guy.
Little did they know that behind the scenes, I was pushing her around and pulling things around and moving the lights around and stop doing that. And yet you're it's just interesting.
Yeah.
You don't get to see the real dynamic of how people try to perform on camera, and in these early days with this video, there was a lot of tension, a lot of stress. We didn't really know what we were doing.
No.
So
yeah,
we still don't know what we're doing really.
People are not very forgiving.
Yes.
And this one, Brad Mann, everything he gives is great. Ignore the girl. I have gotten comments. I couldn't. I don't take screenshots because I have deleted some that are way too hurtful.
Yeah.
Talking about my physical appearance, talking about my double chin, talking about all sorts of things. So as you can see, the vast majority women of color, and this is a good example. We get attacked more online than white men.
And this actually led Veronica into some research, which is now we're transitioning to that part of this episode and share some interesting facts when it comes to online harassment.
Yes, and I'm going to read this part. According to a 2021 study by the Pew Research Center, and I'm going to leave the link for that research so you can go check it out. Online harassment, which includes name calling, embarrassment, physical threats, and sexual harassment, has increased in recent years. The study found that the majority of online harassment, 75%, takes place on social media platforms, with an additional 16% occurring on gaming sites. Women are more targeted than men, as we are more susceptible to image-based sexual abuse, belittlement, harassment, and in some cases, including threats of violence. Also, Black and minority women are more targeted online than other white male or even white women. So it exists.
Yes.
It is prevalent, and it comes with posting content online, and having an online business is a real thing.
Yeah,
and if you so happen to look like me,
there you go. And we have the same channel, the same analytics, the same type of content. We make videos together and by ourselves. And how come on the same channel, posting the same kind of content, that's our own research to back up this data, that Veronica is the one being attacked. She's the one where people on our channel seem to leave horrible things.
Some people don't like me.
Also, I know that talking with other creators that we've talked to before, that it's the same, female creators, things that people would never say about a man. They attack their hair, their makeup, whether they should wear more makeup. They're always getting into their physical appearance. And so these things may really kind of, if you were on the fence about content creation, especially if you're a woman of color, you might now be thinking, well, shit, now I really don't want to get into content creation. Thanks, you convinced me. But
we're going to share with you things that you can do Don't let this discourage you. And unfortunately, it's something that happens not only in our industry, it happens at the workplace. It happens in the, if you're working corporate, it just happens everywhere. We women have to deal with a lot of shit that we shouldn't be dealing with.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But here's some advice for how you can deal with it and move on and not let it affect your energy.
Yeah. So what's the solution? Hey, I'm interrupting the episode for a little announcement. You know you have to create content to attract more prospects online, but the whole thing seems daunting and too much to figure it out on your own. Which social media platform should I choose? Should I start making videos for IG Reels, TikTok, or YouTube? What skills do I need to learn? What equipment do I need? Or maybe you're considering starting a podcast for your business. And if any of that's the case, we want to invite you to sign up for the waitlist for Smart and Simple Podcasting. It's our first coaching program where we, the Pod Sound School, will be teaching you how to create and launch a professional podcast from scratch. Content marketing, so your content is a lead generation machine for your business, and different ways to maximize every time you record so you can create micro pieces of content that will go on different social media platforms. We'll be holding your hand through the whole process, meeting weekly with you, making sure that you're not getting left behind. We'll be teaching students and clients about podcast and video production and marketing for 4 years. Our approach to teaching is straightforward, innovative, and fun. So hurry up and go to podcastingsmart.com/waitlist to sign up or find the link in the description of this episode. Stop working so hard on your content. Make your content work for you. Now back to the episode. Whether you are a woman of color like me or somebody in your team happens to be in this category, or even if you don't fit in this category, but you are already receiving comments and treatment of this nature online. We have somebody, a colleague who has a YouTube channel, and he do reviews of Shark Tank.
Yes.
And he has, his comments are
He's just constantly being trolled.
It breaks my heart.
Yeah,
the things that he has to go through. But this is something that you can do. First, set protections on the platforms themselves. There are things that you can do to protect yourself from bullying on those platforms. You can adjust your privacy settings.
Yes.
You control who can see your post and profile information. You can block users who are harassing you.
Yes, and on this note, on YouTube, you can actually set filters by words. So you can go through and pick a bunch of words.
Stupid,
ugly, makeup, hair.
Anything
you want to protect that you don't want people to even be able to comment about. And that helps a lot. That also helps with spam too. There's an easy way to do that on YouTube.
You can also report the bullying and harassment to the platform, filter your notifications, or hide triggering content like you said.
Yeah.
Enable the 2-factor authentication for added security, and unfollow or mute users who posts are causing you distress, or who comments are causing you distress.
Yeah, and that's, as I said earlier in this episode, we made that decision ourselves. My thinking then was if I just muted or got rid of those comments, that it would keep other trolls from just hopping on the troll train. But I think in some, so it's up to you to decide if you want to delete those or not. Just get them off there. You don't need that energy. But it can also, sometimes trolls can wind up turning into your fans. Sometimes the people who claim or say outwardly that they hate you or they don't like the way that you look, or, why can't you find a decent American woman to be on your channel, sir? Well, actually that person probably still watches our channel.
Yeah. Are you watching?
Are you watching?
No. That wasn't cool.
That wasn't nice. Okay. She is a decent American woman, more decent than your ass. Jim. His name was Jim, wasn't it? Sorry for anybody named Jim.
It's Craig.
This is going bad.
Another thing you can do is to decide how you react to these comments or this nasty energy out there. Something that really helped me to change my perspective is when I read Marie Forleo's book.
Yes, everything is figure-outable.
And then she talks about this question that you should be asking yourself, because she has a whole chapter talking about how to deal with trolls and harassment if you're a content creator, and is to ask, does this person has a body of work I admire?
That's the best question.
And 90% of the time, you're going to go check and they have nothing.
99% of the time.
Mm-hmm. Because if you're busy, if you are busy running your business,
if you're productive,
if you mind your business and you're like focused on your growth, then you don't have time to do this.
You really don't have the time to come up with these comments.
No, you don't. It's like you have too much free time if you are typing all this nasty shit.
Yeah, you know what? Oof. Maybe lean into what it is. Why are you? And if you are a troll, come on, get productive. What is it about these people that you're shitting on that offends you so much? Can you just like lean into that and figure out like what's missing inside you so that you can actually contribute to society and actually build up people around you and make the world a better place instead of just shitting your awful stench all over everyone?
And listen, like we have positive and negative reactions to people.
There's my negative.
But to the point that you like type something.
Yeah.
Leave a nasty comment for that person.
Yeah.
I mean, it's normal not to have chemistry with certain people, but
and it's normal to have some judgment and everything else. But
anyway, this just takes us to hurt people.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I've heard this from somebody I don't remember. But
I know Pat Flynn says it.
Oh yeah,
Pat Flynn
has a video. We watched a video that Pat once talking about somebody who was
and we can leave a link for that video here. It's amazing.
We can find it.
I know which video it is exactly.
Oh, okay.
So it was somebody who really almost got him to quit what he was doing. Mm-hmm. Really interesting story.
So which this means that 99% of the time, the comment is not about you. The comment is about them, how they feel in that moment and how bad they hurt.
Yeah.
And you just trigger that.
Yeah, something about you or what you said triggered that.
They may be hormonally imbalanced.
Yeah.
They may have what is it?
We call it the inflamed adrenal glands.
Adrenal glands.
Which can sometimes manifest itself into thick love handles that won't go away. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have love handles. We need stuff.
Ooh, there you go. Now you're trolling.
I'm trolling.
Damn.
Insecurities and childhood trauma, we all have them. And people, are living their own reality. So it's not about me. Mm-hmm. It's something that they are going through right now. Mm-hmm. And that somehow they got triggered by me.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal.
Yeah. And
Mel Robbins, in one of her episodes of her podcast. If you're not listening to the Mel Robbins podcast, you should go listen. It's great. Super. I'm addicted to it. But she says that to imagine this person with this negativity and saying nasty things about you, and how do you say it? A glass bubble.
In a snow globe.
In a snow globe.
Yeah.
So then their negativity and their comments can't reach you. It's just like them freaking out inside the glass bubble, and their negativity can't reach you because you are in a different reality, in a different state.
Yeah.
In a heightened state.
I had an experience years ago when I worked at a telemarketing place.
I know.
And there was a guy, telemarketing, right? Like it's not trolls. It's just you interrupt people's dinner and they freak out at you. Mm-hmm. Well, there was this man, he was the best telemarketing in the whole company. And he was just and I asked him, how do you do it? Like, how can you, because this job is horrible, and we did tech support for a modem that was very faulty. And he said, I know that behind everything someone says, no matter what it is, no matter how nasty it is, that there's a sweetheart message. And I've learned how to just turn that sweetheart message on, and I can hear what they're really saying. And I imagine that it was
that's interesting.
Yeah, the sweetheart message is like on a remote control. So like, for example,
this one, what Care doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing? She's suggesting bad things. Can you find a decent American woman to share this show with? What's wrong with creepy people like her? So Urban Bohemian may be saying, I feel so inadequate to do those things. Yeah, I don't think I can do any of that.
Like I feel really inadequate. I wish you would pay attention to me. Mm-hmm. I have some really good ideas too. Mm-hmm. So we'd say, oh, I know. So if we wanted to respond to the sweetheart message, we would say, I know, Urban Bohemian, you have some really great ideas. Would you want to tell us more about your ideas? How could have we done it better according to, But I mean, that's basically the idea. And usually the sweetheart message that's going on beneath everyone's mean-spirited comments is usually something in the theme of like, look at me. I wish I had that recognition. You're doing something that I have always kind of wanted to do, but haven't been brave enough to do yet. And I know, speaking of Mel Robbins, she talks about that, like when you're judging someone, or lean into that judgment.
Get curious.
And get curious about it, because it's probably something that you want to do. I know when we were first starting out with content creation, there were content creators who have now become, like peers. But at the time I was very judgmental toward them. And I was like, finding any way I could to judge them, not to the point where I would leave a bad comment, to make myself feel better, I guess. So that, because I felt so small compared to their big following, compared to what they were able to achieve.
Yeah. And the last point is, like, unfortunately, this is the price that some of us have to pay for us to connect with our audiences and make meaningful connections with those who received our message in a positive way.
Yeah, received it the way we intended it.
So just think about, there's this group of people, very small group of people, who are judging you, who are leaving nasty comments. And there's this amazing group of people who are like praising you and leaving you comments like, you have changed our lives.
Yeah.
Thank you for this. This is a great tip. This is saving me time. It's helping me to do this, and that. And I want to share a quote from Brené Brown. It says, according to Brené, she says that vulnerability is a key factor in creating meaningful connections and experiences in our lives. She argues that being vulnerable allows us to be authentic and to build trust and intimacy in our relationships. However, vulnerability can also be difficult and scary, because it involves exposing ourselves and being vulnerable to the possibility of rejection or hurt.
Yes, I love that. And then I just want to leave with my big sort of thought or philosophy on the idea of negative criticism and trolls. And I think it really comes down to energy. And I think you'll hear people say, oh, it's just a rite of passage. Or when you get your first nasty comment, you're like, we made it, right? Because we're obviously big enough that people can find us to troll us. But also, I want to talk about two specific people. First is Howard Stern, if you remember him at all. But he still has a show going on, if I'm not mistaken. The vast majority of his listeners, the people who made him popular, the people who made him rich, the people who funded his big film that he made, were people who hated him with a vengeance. And they fueled his growth. And then the second person I'd like to draw into this is the Kardashians. And I guess the whole family, right? Think about the negative criticism they get on a regular basis. Think right now about the million people who are sitting around with the stick up their butt judging the Kardashians, right? Like, those Kardashians are ruining. Oh, now they're, everything they can say about the Kardashians, right?
That didn't stop them.
Whether you call it the universe or the ethers of social media or the internet or just how it is, attention is attention. Energy is energy, negative or positive. And I'd say embrace it, embrace it like a Kardashian, embrace it like Howard Stern, bring it on. Let them fight in your chat, embrace it. And like, let them think what they're going to think about you, because that's energy coming your way. That's energy you can harness and put to use. So that's my other angle of looking at it.
And it does get better. After a while, you're going to see those comments and you're going to reply with thanks.
Thanks. I appreciate your feedback.
Thanks.
I appreciate your feedback. Perfect response.
And then move on.
Appreciate your feedback. Thanks for watching.
So I hope you found this episode entertaining.
Yes, and trolls are welcome to comment anything you want. Veronica, she chose pink lipstick. Definitely comment about that. She also is an ethnic woman who, and she's been interrupting me a lot in this episode. So comment about that.
All the time.
Yes.
Also, feel free to leave some love too.
Yes, please. Actually, please, trolls, just come on. Get productive. Get working. And until next time, make sure that you share this with somebody if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Let us know how you feel about it. If you have we'd love to hear a story. If you have any stories about your own experience with trolls. This is a video podcast as well as an audio podcast. The video format is available on Spotify and YouTube. And you can listen to the podcast on the other big players.
Yeah.
And until next time, Jefe up.
Jefe up. Hasta la vista, jefe.